We're back, and thanks so much for joining us once again. And we start with some good news on the economy, and information we are picking up has indicated that $600 million has hit the Bank of Ghana's account, and so that is because we will be receiving the cocoa loan syndication, the money that is coming in. Also, do you know how much, Darryl, let me ask you whether you know how much the two winners of the Nobel Peace Prize, the economy, will be taking?
$20,000.
Really?
$30,000.
Well, let's find out in our summaries for tonight.
The Bank of Ghana is set to release the full amount of the cocoa loan syndication onto the market after the first tranche of the cocoa loan syndication hits the Bank of Ghana's account last Thursday. Sources say about $600 million has hit the central bank's account. The Bank of Ghana is taking this action to see whether the current problem facing the cedi can be dealt with by releasing a significant amount of dollars onto the market in the short term. Joy Business understands that even though the regulator is planning to surrender all the dollars onto the market, that would be guided by real demand from businesses. A 2016 survey by Better Business Bureau on Ghana indicates about a quarter of small and medium enterprises are unaware of cybercriminal activities. The report revealed that a third of the respondents during the survey had not heard of ransomware, and nearly half had not heard of point-of-sale malware. It also showed that hackers mainly attack small businesses to gain access to data on customers and employees. The survey suggested that small firms may not suffer a direct hit from cyber criminals, but may be used indirectly to attack big corporates. This has proven to be quite an effective criminal tactic because of the delusion that their size keeps them safe. President Akufo-Addo says government over the last 21 months has ensured stability and adequate supply of power in the country in the place of the erratic power situation that it inherited. Speaking at the Financial Times Africa Summit in London on Monday, President Akufo-Addo indicated that his government over the same period has also ensured a reduction in tariff rates, with domestic consumers enjoying tariff reductions of up to 17.5% and a 30% reduction for industry to stimulate industrial activity. He also said government has issued a 7-year and 10-year cedi-denominated bonds totaling 4.7 billion Ghana cedis, which have halved the $2.4 billion energy debt it inherited. This year's Nobel Prize for Economics has been awarded to William Nordhaus and Paul Romer for their work on sustainable growth. The U.S. economist research focuses on how climate change and technology have affected the economy. The Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences said they had addressed some of the pressing questions of our time on how to achieve sustainable growth. The duo will receive £841,000. Prof. Nordhaus of Yale University was the first person to create a model that described the interplay between the economy and the climate. Prof. Romer of New York University Stern School of Business has shown how economic forces govern the willingness of firms to produce new ideas and innovations. The High Court has blocked the bid to sue Google for allegedly unlawfully taking data from 4.4 million UK iPhone users. The legal case was mounted by a group called Google You Owe Us, led by former Which director Richard Lloyd. It sought compensation for people whose handsets were tracked by Google for several months in 2011 and 2012. Mr. Lloyd said he was disappointed by the ruling and his group would appeal, but Google said it was pleased and thought the case was without merit. The campaign was believed to be the first mass legal action of its kind in the UK.